Well, folks, this will be one last one of these for the night while I'm, in the mood for, shooting videos tonight. This will probably be coming, a couple of days after the first one, but, it's one of those things where, since it's might be a while before I, work up the gumption to do this kind of thing again. As always, I'm hoping not, but it might be. So I might as well take advantage of the situation and hope that I can actually start feeling more up to doing this kind of thing more regularly again. In the future. Because as always, I've got a ton of material to work with. And like always, plenty of projects to work with. But excuse me. Right there's a problem with like trying to do so many of these things at once, and part of the reason why I have been hesitant to get back into streaming, which is something I didn't talk about in the that coffee time that came out yesterday. Um, my voice isn't as up to it as it might have been if I'd been keeping up with it, the last 10 years or so, which is the last time I did that sort of thing regularly. But anyway, on to the subject at hand this time. It's a novelty candy bar I found at the local Lewis Drug here when I was over doing something in the west side of town here. Got that particular errand taken care of, so I went into the Lewis Drug since I was over there and saw this Hammond's Pigs and Taters chocolate bar that looked like it was kind of an interesting thing to give a shot. So I figured, what the hell, give it a go here. And since I'm not being a good boy today, I figure I may as well add this to the list of things I'm not being a good boy with. And well, since I did the water as a beverage in the previous one, I may as well do something that's not such a good thing and have a chocolate bar while I'm at it, and get this out of my inventory, and not have to worry about it later on. So this is a novelty thing here, but they've got a website that I'll talk about a little bit later on here. And crack this thing open here. I almost feel like one of the kids in the Gene Wilder version of I guess that would be is that Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, or was that because I know there's like a Gene Wilder version that had one title, and then there was the Johnny Depp version that was like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I can't remember which one was which, because I know I think the Gene Wilder version was Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, and that's the one I like a little better because I think they did a somewhat better version or better job with that one. Not that the Johnny Depp version wasn't good, but it's like they say, the one you grew up with is the one you like better, and I kind of grew up with the Gene Wilder version, and so that's my favorite one, I think. So I feel like one of the kids in that particular version, but that's where I'm coming from. But I judge of the label here, and but there's no golden ticket in this thing, so I guess I'm not gonna go to the chocolate factory or anything. But certainly a nice looking thing here. But guess I'll break off a chunk here and see what it looks like. It's supposed to be 2 servings, but I'm gonna make the same mistake I always make with these things and probably munch the whole thing before once I'm done with the video here. But certainly looks nice. It's supposed to have like imitation uh, bacon bits and potato chips in there. Or at least that's the order they were listed in there. I don't know if it's imitation potato chips, but that's which kind of makes me nervous. But anyway, give this a shot here. Yeah, that's different. Kind of like it. Yeah, it's one of those things where I don't quite. It's a bit on the salty side, but I kind of like it. Um, I don't quite get the the obsession with putting bacon in everything, but it's but that's been a common thing for a lot of years in my mind. For as much time as I spend on the internet, you think I'd understand that better, but I really don't. But yeah, it's a pretty good little novelty. Something I'd definitely recommend as a good, good gag gift or a little novelty to hand out at parties or like birthday parties, Christmas gifts, stocking stuffer, that kind of thing. Like I said, it's kind of a novelty sort of thing that, based out of Denver, where I've got, family. There I've got family in Minnesota where they were. They make that Brow Brothers stuff. But if I'm gonna order stuff like this, I'm gonna probably order more out of South Dakota, where I'm actually from. Which I've done stuff for here too. But if I'm gonna talk about that kind of thing, I'll probably make its own separate video and get to that some other time. But for now, this is something I'm going to recommend. I'm going to put a link to the website in the description, like I always do when I can find that kind of thing. But like I said, when I was looking at the website, the reason I mentioned finding this at the local Lewis drugstore here, because when I was looking at their website, they said it was found at a couple novelty shops downtown, which is fair enough. Because there was a couple times here recently I was back at that same Lewis location. I didn't really find any more that I can remember off the top of my head. I think I might have the second time I was there here recently, but I had kind of had other stuff on my mind at the time, so I can't remember off the top of my head. And if I did, I either didn't look too closely at what was there or decided against it because, like I was saying at the top of the video, I have a ton of other stuff I need to work with, and I'm trying to clear my inventory. So I'm gonna just say again, I do recommend this stuff. If you're looking into it, you can certainly check your local stores. Just look at your local downtown or wherever shopping district, whatever. That's there's always cool stuff to be found in places like that. Or check the company's website, because there's going to be a link in the description. Because I've gotten better at actually putting that kind of stuff there. But like I've been saying in these last couple of videos here, I've got a ton of stuff to work on, so I'm gonna try to get to work on that. And until next time, I guess I'll see you when I see you. So Until next time, have a good hour long, everybody. See you later.